Heyo, welcome to the Team SNG live duel. Today we got Black Wings versus Crusadia Mech Knight. Well, I got attention to ask you to leave us a like, leave us a comment, leave us a subscribe. We're almost 200 subscribers. Can't wait to reveal what I got for you. Alright, so here we go. Black Wings playing at the top and Crusadia Mech Knight playing at the bottom. So, there we go. Black Wing goes first. Allure opens with Allure of Darkness, banishing off the Strangle Lanius. Great addition to the deck, really just an extra extender. The deck has setting a face down spell trap and a face down monster passing across the table. Crusadia Mech Knight is going to open with their big new monster, Girsu the Orcus Mech Knight. Now this is a great card. It lets you set your graveyard up by sending a World Legacy card from your deck to the grave. And it also puts 2 tokens on the board which you can then link off. So, there we go. World Legacy World Chalice sent to the grave. Another great card for the deck, because on the next turn, I could banish that and search out a World Legacy spell or trap. And token placement, very important. Because obviously you want to build the columns for your Mech Knights to play in. So that's 2 tokens. And then linking off into Lib, I believe. Yep, there she is, Lib, the World Key Blade Master. When she's summoned, she sets a World Legacy spell trap from the deck directly to the field. And because World Legacy World Chalice is a monster, and that's already in our grave, that sets up our ability to actually be able to use that right away. So World Legacy Whispers is now being set in the same column as the face down monster. And upon that being set to the field, Black Wings are going to reveal Icarus Attack and send off the second Strangle Lanius we've seen to pop both the Lib the World Key Blade Master and the World Legacy Whispers. That's a bit of a blow. Mech Knight really does need that combo to go off. Otherwise it can find itself in trouble. Setting 1. Still 2 cards in a column. So Mech Knights are still alive. There we go. Mech Knight Purple Nightfall. Now this is the best Mech Knight there is out there, really, because it's your searcher. So I do believe the Mech Knight player is trying to figure out how he's going to play through this. Yep, there it is. Banishing off Purple Nightfall to search out Indigo Eclipse, who he's directly going to summon straight to the field from his hand, to at least put a body on board. Setting another spell trap. And attacking to remove the token from the field. In the time spade there, Black Wings got the turn back and then passed back over the board. Standby phase, our Purple Nightfall came back. Crusadia Ruclesia was normal summoned and linked off for Magius. And Mech Knight just trying to put enough bodies on board to push for game in one go. There we go, there's Purple Nightfall sent off to search out Indigo Eclipse, 2 cards in the column with Magius, special summoning Indigo Eclipse, and then Magius searching out Crusadia Draco and adding that to hand. Going link 2 into Mech Knight of the Morning Star. Another search potentially here. Yep, sending off Girsu the Mech Knight Orcus to search another World Legacy spell trap. And there we go, we're searching out our key. Activating key lets us add Purple Nightfall back to hand. Purple Nightfall can now special summon itself to where Mech Knight the Morning Star is. Draco special summons itself to a link zone. adds back Reclusia, who will then special summon herself to the other Link Zone, seeing as she was normal summoned earlier this turn. Going Link 2 here into Regulex. And Regulex and Morningstar. Yep, being linked off for the big boss, Crusadia Mech Knight Avermax. Or Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax. Banishing off World Chalice and Grave, searching out a World Legacy spell trap, as we discussed earlier. I do believe that is World Legacy Succession that was just searched. Yep, Succession activates. Special summoning back Morningstar. And that there is enough on board for game. But the Crusadia Mech Knight player would like to show off just a bit, bringing back Eclipse. And there we go. Attacking for game. And we're just about to see what the Blackwing player opened with. And as you can see, it was not an optimal opening for Blackwing. So this time Blackwing's going to go first again, at the top of your screen. Oh, Simoon sending Zephyros off. This is full combo for them. This will allow them to set up not one monster unaffected by card effects, but two. So Simoon searches out your Black Whirlwind, activates it, and then normal summons himself. And so Blackwing searches out Ouster. Ouster's normal summoned. The Black Whirlwind will then let you search out your Breeze. Breeze will special summon itself. Ouster's effect special summons back Zephyros. The two get linked off for our Raid Raptor Wisetrix. There it is. And Wisetrix special summons from the deck. Another Zephyros. Zephyros's effect. Oh, nope. Sorry. I got a bit ahead of myself. Blackwing Full Armor Master is made using Simoon and Ouster. Zeph Grave adds back the Black Whirlwind and special summons himself at the cost of 400 life points. They then get overlaid into our Raid Raptor Forstrix, who will then detach a material, and Wisetrix will set the rank up field spell, or the rank up spell, and Forstrix searches out Bora. Bora special summons himself to the field. Bora and Wisetrix will be linked off for our Rusty Bardiche. Bardiche will then send Ancient Cloak to the grave and set Fogblade. And so that's already looking a bit like a formidable board. We do know a rank up is coming. The Blackwing player, I think, is about to check their grave to make sure they've got enough in the grave to banish off with the rank up spell to get straight up to the Ultimate Falcon. Oh, no, never mind, they're going to activate it. And banish 3 off, I believe, to go into Raid Raptor Arsenal Falcon. Just selecting which 3 are being banished off. So that brings us our Raid Raptor Arsenal Falcon. The only way that this would be a really good play is if there's an Icarus attack coming, as Icarus attack could tribute off the Arsenal Falcon, and then Arsenal Falcon would float into Ultimate Falcon, but you'd also take 2 cards off the board in doing that. So all of that works out really well. And so card gets set face down. Most likely that'll be the Icarus attack because the Fireblade's on the left. And turns passed over to the Mech Knight player to attempt to try and break through this board. Some columns have been set up for the Mech Knight player, so that is optimal. Doesn't look like they're going to utilize that right away, though. They're going to normal summon, that is a Crusadia Reclusia, who will, I do believe, get linked off in just a moment. Yep, for Magius. I do believe there's a little thought process going on here. Icarus attack is played, as expected, sending off Arsonist Falcon and getting rid of Zephyros and Magius. Just because the Blackwing player wanted to avoid allowing the search off of Magius. At this point, the Mech Knight player is just trying to put something together, setting 2 cards. I do believe we just, his hand flashed us, yep, 2 Indigo Eclipses. So that is 1. Enters battle, attacks over the Bardiche, dealing 300 points of damage. Not a whole lot. And then turns pass back over the table. Ouster is banished, putting a black feather counter on our hero Indigo Eclipse. There's our counter. Had to go and get that from elsewhere in the room. And then full armor is going to take our Mech Knight Indigo Eclipse. Bit of a misplay here, I think. Oh, no, actually, there's nothing in the grave to target with secrets. But the misplay here really is that the Mech Knight player forgot that Armor Master is completely unaffected by card effects. And so that there is game, because just attacking directly for 8,400 will do the job for the Blackwing player. So off we go to round 3. So here we are, round 3. Mech Knight's going to go first. Starts out by setting 3, normaling Arborea, linking Arborea off for our Magius. 2 in a column, special summons our Purple Nightfall. Link Purple Nightfall away. And searches out Indigo. Draco adds a special summon to Crusadia Magia's Zone. And adds back the Arborea. Draco Magius sent off for Regulex. Arborea summoned underneath Regulex. Regulex's effect would still trigger at that point. However, there really isn't anything necessary to search. So although if Crusadia Power had been searched, then that would have kept the Regulex on board. So turn is passed over to the table, and Nibiru attacks over the token that it produced on the previous turn. And turn, I do believe, comes back over to the Mech Knight player at this point, as the Blackwing player has, well, what they call bricked. So the turn ends, and in the standby phase, Purple Nightfall comes back to the field. There are no columns set up right now, though, so that's a bit of a problem. A little bit of thinking had to go on, but then the Crusadia Mech Knight player remembered he can search out Girsu, the Orcus Mech Knight, who is the best play starter the deck's really got access to. Girsu's normal summoned. Its effect sends off World Legacy World Chalice. And that will Going Link 2 into Lib. Lib will then set World Legacy Key. Key's activated, adding back the Purple Nightfall. We now have 2 columns to play with. If the token from Gears 2 had been played a bit better, then we'd actually have had 3 columns. But that's not the end of the world. So Indigo Eclipse and Purple Nightfall have been summoned to the field. World Legacy Memory is activated to summon Blue Sky. In defense, Blue Sky and Indigo are linked off, I do believe, for Morningstar at this point. Yep, there is Morningstar. Morningstar will send the second Indigo from hand to search out World Legacy Succession. So, at this point, the Mech Knight player is just aiming to get enough damage on board to pop everything. Going Link 4 into Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax, and Lib the World Key Blade Master will shuffle Nibiru back into the deck to get it out the way. Now, again, that's another misplay potentially there, because if they'd shuffled the token, got rid of the token, they could have used Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax to attack over and still deal 3,000 damage. However, if I remember correctly, that's not going to be a major concern. World Legacy Secrets activates as well. World Legacy Succession brought back the Morningstar. So now we're at the situation where Morningstar Secrets, there's enough damage on board almost, barring I think of 100, leaving 100 life points for our Blackwing player. So Mech Knight Morningstar attacks over, then 3,000 to 5, and Whispers powers up Indigo Eclipse to attack for game and takes the victory here. So while I've got your attention again, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave us a like, leave us a comment, and leave us a subscribe. And with that all being said, I'll see you guys at the next video.